All right, y'all. We're back to the video. We are back to the reaction. We are here with the oldest women's college basketball players of this season, 2024-25. Now, I know there's some players that are 22, 23, but I see in the thumbnail somebody is 25. So that really caught my attention of like who is playing granny in college right now? Go to the league. You know what I mean? That being said,
College basketball rosters, you'll find fifth-year seniors,
let's see
sixth-year
who's
seniors, and even
old but still playing
seventh-year
college
seniors.
basketball.
Today I did some...
Because normally you would think college basketball freshmen are like, what, 17, 18, 19 freshmen? 17, 18, you know what I mean? But if 25, 26...
research on the oldest players in
one
women's college basketball.
One
quick note is these are the oldest players I could find. It would have taken years to go through every D1 roster, but I tried my best to find everyone that I could. First, before we talk about the 5 oldest players more in depth, here's a look at the players that graduated high school between 2019 and 2020 and are still in college.
Well, obviously we know Deja Kelly, Van Lith, Amore, Beckers. Haley, Amore, and Beckers could have went to last year's draft, but decided to stay another year for their COVID year. Deja Kelly, he could go to the pros this year. Might be a sideliner. Who knows? But anyway, let's see.
Freshmen, when they started college, were fifth-year seniors. Others suffered multiple season-ending injuries, making them eligible for a medical redshirt.
I know that name, Faith Masonius. Was at the overtime event. Convender twins, they're still in college.
For example, Faith Masonius, who was in the 2019 high school class, played her first 5 college seasons at Maryland. During this time, she had a season-ending injury, got a medical redshirt. She's now a 6-year senior at Seton Hall and having a career season.
Been in college for 6 years? So it's actually possible to be a 6th-year senior? That's possible? So you start at 17, and now you 23, 24? How is that even possible? Most people don't even want to do past 2 years. Nonetheless, do 6? That's crazy.
Season averaging 17 points per game. Her previous season high was 6.9 points per game. She could become Division I's career games played leader if she stays healthy the rest of the season, surpassing Hannah Jump, who graduated from Stanford last year. Miami guards Haley and Hannah Cavender will turn 24 on January 1st, 2025. They are 5th-year seniors by definition, but they are really 6-year seniors when you consider that they plan to retire from basketball after the 2023 season. They did not play the entire 23-24 season. However, with a change of plans, they are back now.
I've been hearing a lot about them now. Aiden came back out of retirement like they're Jordan. I don't know which one it is, but one of them just dropped 30 recently.
Hooping for
I don't know if it's Haley or Hannah Cavender, but one of them
Miami.
dropped 30.
Haley's playing super well this year for them. Hannah's also averaging 8 points and 4 assists, playing better basketball than she did in her last college season.
Well, put me on the naughty list. This has never happened before. Let's see. And that's...
To kick off the top 5, we have a Yoka Lee, who is 24 years old, August 2000 birthday. The 6'5" center committed to Kansas State out of high school, and
she gotta be going. She's 6'5". That's like 7 foot in the NBA. You'd be a nice size for somebody. Somebody can be 6'5".
The only player of this top 5 to still be at the same school they signed with out of high school. As you can see from this timeline here, a bunch of injuries. As a freshman, she missed her entire season and had a redshirt. After tearing her ACL in her senior season of high school, she came back in her redshirt freshman season. She was Big 12 all freshman. She was healthy again in 2020-2021. She was all Big 12, moved her way up from there. In 21-22, she was a second team AP All-American. After that season and before her redshirt senior season, Lee would need to undergo knee surgery on the other knee, causing her to miss the entire 2022-23 season. In hindsight, yes, she was draft eligible after that All-American season. If she declared then, her draft stock would have been higher than it is now, and it was in last year's draft as well. But who knows if she would have even been able to make a roster, considering that she had to miss her entire redshirt senior season because of the pain that her knee was causing her over multiple seasons. Considering how difficult that injury was and how bad of
Graduated before I did.
an injury it was for her,
2018 class.
for her to come back last year and be as productive as she was is extremely impressive. She was all Big 12. Now this season, Kansas State has taken a different approach. They are currently limiting her minutes to keep her fresh and healthy when she is on the court, so she can play as hard as she wants to in the minutes that she is playing. And she has been arguably the best player in the country on a per minute basis.
I mean, this is really solid. 19, 10, and 3 blocks.
She is
That's
playing
solid for a
17 minutes per
6'5".
game and averaging almost 17 points, which comes out to a mind-boggling 38 points per 40 minutes. She was never an elite vertical athlete or a lateral athlete, but even more now, it's all about her post technique, her feel for the game, her strength, and her height. She doesn't have the stamina to give you a high-level 35 minutes per game, but on a nightly basis, it's so fun seeing her in this condensed role where she can maximize her minutes when she's out on the court and look so comfortable out there. Will she get drafted in the W after this season? Maybe in round 3. It's possible she gets signed to a UDFA. I assume someone will bring her in on a training camp deal. I just don't really see her as a WNBA player, but her story is awesome. She came back from those injuries and is still playing at an All-American caliber level.
This is why they need to make more teams. Or if not more teams, like a development league or something for the WNBA players that can't make a roster in the WNBA, they can play for their development team. Or as I was saying, make more teams.
This season.
But this is solid. That 19, 10, and 3.
From those injuries and is still playing at an
74% from free throws.
All-American caliber level this season. The 4th oldest player in college basketball is Sedona
Anthony Davis.
Prince. She is 24 years old, turns 25 in May.
Huh? $25 in May? And this is 4. So this player's older than that in this list. See, this is what I be saying. Like, she's almost 25. Almost 25. That's playing like Anthony Davis because she played against 18-year-olds and she's 25.
May 2000 birthday. She was the number 8 recruit in the 2018 high school class and committed to Texas out of high school. She was in the same Texas recruiting class as Charlie Collier, who was drafted into the W in 2021. Collier has been out of the W for a couple seasons and has been playing overseas for years now, while Prince is still playing college basketball. One fun fact here is there's almost a 5-year age gap between Sedona Prince and Dominique Malunga, 6'6" French big. They are both bigs in the 2025 draft. Dominique Malunga, there's almost a 5-year age gap between Sedona Prince and Dominique Malunga, 6'6" French big. They are both bigs in the 2025 draft class. In fact,
So Malunga is 19. So that's though, because in college you gotta do 4 years. But he just said the French big is 19. But in America you gotta do 4 years. Interesting.
wasn't even 14 years old when Prince enrolled at Texas. She's been in college for 7 years and has played less than 85 games. Her first injury came before
7 years?
For 7 years and has played less than 80.
See, that's why they be... I'm not trying to be rude. I seen somebody say it. Somebody called Sedona Prince S. Diddy that she's been playing college for too long. Like, she's almost 25 playing up against 18, 19, 20-year-olds. And she's pushing 25?
85 games. Her first
And again, I'm not trying to be rude when I say that. Somebody said that in the social media comment section.
injury came
I
before
was like,
her
wow, I didn't
freshman
know she
season
was
at
24.
Texas. She broke her leg playing for Team USA at U18s, causing her to redshirt that entire season.
That's crazy.
During the rehab process, she had disagreements with the Texas medical staff, leading to her transfer to Oregon. This was pre-new transfer portal rules where you can transfer and play immediately. So Prince, on top of having to miss her first college season with the injury, the second season, her transfer waiver got denied. So she had to miss 2 full seasons, came back and played 2 seasons at Oregon in 2020-2021. Then again the following season and averaged 10.4 points in her first year, which went down to 9.3 points in her senior season, or what would have been her senior season if it wasn't for the injuries and the red shirt from the transfer. In 22-23, she would miss this entire season as well. And the interesting part is she actually planned on declaring for the draft at first after this season where she played 0 games, 0 minutes. She would withdraw her name from the draft before the deadline and enter the transfer portal where she transferred to TCU to play for her former Oregon assistant coach, Mark Campbell. In her second season now at TCU, she is one of the best players in college basketball. There is no more eligibility after this. This is her final season. She will
need to be
in this year's draft. To be clear, though, I would not draft her personally if I was a WNBA front office, a general manager. There are a ton of serious allegations and off-court questions with Prince. Sadly,
Huh? Is there something that we don't know about? So is there a different reason why they call her a Diddy?
have to draft her personally if I was.
I was getting ready to say, I don't know. I mean, as far as that South Carolina game went, I don't know. The other team, she was dropping 20 and 20. South Carolina, it was like 8 points and 4 rebounds. I'm like, what's going on?
WNBA front office, a general manager. There are a ton of serious allegations and off-court questions with Prince. Sadly, I have to guess that one team is going to draft her. They're going to take the PR hit and just draft her based off talent alone. I hope it doesn't happen, to be clear, but I just could see it happening just because she averages a lot of points, the blocks, the impact she's having for a top college program.
There's another reason why they say that.
The third oldest player in college basketball is Zay Green, who is 24 and will be 25 in March of next year.
Oh, yeah, she got to go.
Zay was the number 10 recruit in the 2018 high school class, committing to Tennessee out of high school. She was in the same Tennessee recruiting class as Ray Burrell, who has been in the W for 3 years at this point. If Alabama can make a March Madness tournament run, Zay will be playing postseason college basketball at 25 years old. It's so wild that
that's crazy, though.
Playing postseason college basketball at 25 years old. It's so wild that Sedona and Zay are playing in college basketball, the same sport. Keep in mind, this is the same sport. UNC freshman guard Lainey Grant is 17 years old. She did not turn 17 until after she signed with UNC. She will not turn 18 until after this season. So Zay and Sedona are a full 7 years older. It would be hilarious if Alabama plays UNC in the tournament or TCU plays UNC.
That's literally like playing against your little sister for this instance. Like a 7-year age gap, though. That's literally like playing your little sister.
That matchup would be kind of funny. But
That's
to move
insane.
to Zay's story a little bit deeper, unlike most other players on this list, Zay did play her first full college season healthy. She played 24 games for Tennessee. She was all SEC freshman team. In the next season, though,
So then that means she play a Rakia?
would tear her ACL in practice and would play only 2 games that year. She would medically redshirt, keep her eligibility. For the next season, she would transfer to Texas A&M, average only 2.9 points in a reserve role, did not play many minutes in 17 games. After that season, she would transfer once again to her third school, being UAPB, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. There, she made an immediate impact, averaging 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. In that season, she was all SWAC in 21-22. Although sadly, Zay would tear her ACL a second time and miss the entire 22-23 season. She would come back, and in her sixth college season, she had the best year of her career to this point, was a great two-way guard, was all SWAC once again. After last season, she entered the transfer portal once again, now at her fourth school in, now is it 7 years at this point, 7 college seasons. She's having a solid season for Alabama as their starting guard. Like TCU, this is a very experienced
So she must be like a two-way. 26% from 3.
Alabama team between Zay, who is a 7th-year senior, Sarah Ashley Barker is like a 5th or 6th-year senior, also Aaliyah Nye, who is a 5th-year senior. It does not hurt to have that much experience on your roster. Could Zay get drafted this year? Maybe. If she stays healthy, it's possible. Whether it's been at Tennessee, at A&M, at UAPB, her problem has always been efficiency, rim finishing in the half court. But if she can be more efficient in SEC play, can be an efficient player in the tournament, Alabama goes on a Final Four run, an Elite Eight run, a Sweet 16, they win a couple games, Zay plays well. Yeah, she could get drafted in the 3rd round. I'm not too high on her prospects, but there's some intrigue there with someone that is a big guard at 6'2", and can pass and can get downhill and is a good athlete even after the injuries. We're down to only a few 90s born players still.
What? 99? 1999? You was born in 1999? There is no way you have another season after this. You'll be 26 playing D1. 20. It's the fact that if she has another year, she'll be 26 playing D1. If she still is playing college after this year, which I believe there's no way. Can't be.
Left in college.
I see it says travel issues, so I don't know if they just vetoed this season. Then it's an unknown injury. I don't know what that's about. I'm guessing.
College basketball. The first of which is at number 2, the second oldest player I could find in college basketball is Isabel Varejao, 25 years old, October 1999 birthday. She was an unranked recruit in the 2019 high school class out of Brazil. She played her high school ball in the States, though. You may recognize her last name. She is Anderson Varejao.
That's Anderson Varejao's sister? I knew that name sounded familiar.
Niece. Varejao played in the NBA for a while. You recognize her last name. She is Anderson Varejao's niece. Varejao played in the NBA for a while. Very popular player for good or bad reasons.
I remember Varejao who played with LeBron.
Isabel is so old, though, that in 2016...
But she's too old to be playing in college still. That doesn't give it.
She was 16 or 17 playing for Brazil in the FIBA U18s against Ty Harris, Lauren Cox, and Kennedy Carter. 2016 was almost a decade ago at this point, but for Varejao in her college career, she played 14 minutes per game as a true freshman and averaged 5.4 points per game. In the following season, she was part of Michigan's Elite Eight run in 2022 in a reserve role, only averaged 2 points per game. She did not get much opportunity to play many minutes, considering that she missed the entire season before that, and there was other experienced veterans in front of her on the depth chart. After that season, she would miss the entire 22-23 season with an unknown injury. She missed the entire season, was still playing at Michigan at this point. After that season and after missing the entire year, she would transfer to Syracuse, where she averaged 5.4 points per game. Varejao was granted another year of eligibility by the NCAA for this season, and she started in almost every game so far this season for...
Oh, yeah, she would need to. She's 6'5". So if she sat down, she's covering the whole row behind her. She's 6'4",
Syracuse,
6'5".
not a great team, but they're still in the ACC, and she's still playing college basketball at this point. 25 years old, will be 26
what?
next year, in less than a year at this point. If she wants to, she'll be able to play professional basketball, whether it's in Brazil, whether it's over in Europe, in Australia, in Asia. If you are a Power 4 starter, you're going to find a team that wants you overseas somewhere to play pro basketball. Finally, the oldest player in college basketball is Isabella Nicolette
Fairfield.
Lete, who plays for Fairfield now, 25 years old, August 1999 birthday. She was the number 16 recruit in the 2018 class and would commit to Florida State. 5'10" guard. She was on the same U18 team for Brazil as Vera Jao. So the two oldest players in college basketball both played for the same Brazilian national team on the youth circuit. Out of high school, she was looked at as a player that could be a future WNBA draft pick and an All-American caliber player in college. She was a star on the Brazilian youth circuit. She was also a McDonald's All-American and the Gatorade Player of the Year in North Carolina. Similar to Sedona Prince, though, Lete missed her first 2 college seasons, tearing her ACL twice over this period. These injuries really stunted her development. She played 21 games between the 2 seasons following her second torn ACL, scoring only 20 points total in those 2 seasons. She'd then transfer to Fairfield, which has emerged as one of the top mid-major programs in the country over the last couple seasons. Fairfield's head coach is the daughter of Mike Tebow, legendary WNBA head coach. Lete averaged 8.5 points per game in her first season at Fairfield. In her second season, she averaged only 3 points, but was a key backup guard for a 31-2 team that made the NCAA tournament and won their conference. Now in her 7th and final college season, she is a regular starter and having her
7 seasons?
best and most
She's played more seasons in college than the actual hotel 4 seasons.
efficient season of her
Isn't it called 4 Seasons Hotel? She's played 7.
college career. She's nowhere near the top prospect she was coming out of high school, but she was promoted to the Brazilian national team in August of this year and is a solid player for a very, very good mid-major Division I program. Like Vera Jao, Lete is not a draft prospect, not someone that's going to be playing at the WNBA level, but she could possibly be playing over in Europe, over for the Brazilian national team at the Olympics in 2028. Shout out to her for getting back from those injuries. If you made it this point in the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Shout out to Hunter Cruz for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Subscribe is greatly appreciated. Let me know if you learned something new, because I definitely did, because I didn't know you could be pushing 30 still playing college basketball. She's 25. I didn't know you could even be this old to play college. I thought it was like 24-ish, 23, 24, like that was the end. So don't you start college at like 18? Or maybe it depends on the birthday. I don't know. But you guys let me know if you learned anything new down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video, man.